Yo, Raider Nation. What's good, Silver and Black Faithful? It's your boy, hyped up and ready to dive into the wildest surprise from the Las Vegas Raiders' first unofficial depth chart of the 2025 NFL season. Buckle up because we've got a rookie stealing the show, a massive void on the defensive line, and some head-scratching moves that have us all buzzing. Can you guess who's rising to the top? And who's filling Christian Wilkins' massive shoes? Let's break it down with all the passion and pride we bleed for the Raiders. Stick with me because this one's going to have you shouting, "Just win, baby," by the end. First off, let's set the stage. The Raiders are gearing up for their preseason clash against the Seattle Seahawks and Coach Pete Carroll. Yeah, that Pete Carroll is putting his stamp on this squad. The team dropped their first unofficial depth chart on August 4th, 2025, giving us a sneak peek at who's leading the charge. No shockers at the top. Geno Smith is QB1, ready to sling those deep balls with his 99.9 PFF deep passer grade. Ashton, jeanty, our first-round stud from Boise State, is RB1, poised to bulldoze defenses with his 2,600-yard college rushing pedigree. And Kolton Miller, fresh off a $66 million deal, is locking down left tackle. Max Crosby? You already know he's terrorizing QBs from the edge. But here's where it gets juicy. One rookie has shot up the depth chart, and it's not who you might think. Who's got you most hyped from this draft class, Nation? Drop it in the comments. Enter Jeanty Thornton Jr., the 6'5", 4.3-second 40-yard dash freak who's turning heads in Henderson, Nevada. This fourth-round pick out of Tennessee is listed as a starter alongside Jacoby Myers and Trey Tucker in the Raiders' three-wideout base offense. Yeah, you heard that right. A fourth-rounder outshining second-rounder Jack Beck. Thornton's been a camp standout, snagging touchdown passes from Geno Smith in red zone drills and flashing that nation-leading 25.4 yards per catch from his Volunteers days. His 661 yards and 6 TDs in 2024 scream big play potential, and Coach Carroll can't stop raving about his deep ball grabs and tough catches over the middle. But here's the kicker. Thornton's only played 534 passing snaps in college, so he's raw. Can he polish that speed and size into a true WR1 role? What do you think, Raider Nation? Is Thornton the next big thing or a flash in the pan? Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room, Jack Beck. Our second-round pick from TCU had us hyped with that one-handed grab in camp, and his 1,034 yards and 9 TDs last season at TCU proved he's a legit weapon. But on this depth chart, he's slotted behind Trey Tucker, likely as a rotational piece in Chip Kelly's offense. Why the snub? Some say Beck's versatility as a slot and boundary guy makes him a perfect fit for three-receiver sets, but Thornton's raw speed stole the spotlight. Don't sleep on Beck, though. His ability to line up anywhere could see him climb the ranks by week 1. Imagine a lineup with Thornton stretching the field, Myers working the chains, and Beck sneaking in for clutch catches. How do you see this WR room shaking out, Nation? Hit those comments and let's debate. All right, let's shift gears to the defense, where the Raiders dropped a bombshell by cutting Christian Wilkins, the former $110 million defensive tackle. Yeah, I'm as shocked as you are. Wilkins, who played just 5 games in 2024 before a Jones fracture sidelined him, was expected to anchor the D-line alongside Max Crosby. But reports of a dispute over his recovery, something about surgery disagreements and a vague incident with a teammate, led to his release on July 23, 2025. The Raiders are even trying to avoid $35.25 million in guarantees, sparking a grievance from Wilkins. This move leaves a gaping hole in the interior line, and it's got Raider Nation buzzing. Was this the right call? Or did the front office fumble a key piece? Let me know what you think below. Stepping into Wilkins' spot is Jonah Laulu, a 6'5", 292-pound defensive tackle claimed off waivers from the Colts in August 2024. Laulu, a 7th-round pick in the 24 draft, is now the unofficial starter next to Adam Butler. That's a huge surprise, considering Laulu's lighter frame compared to Wilkins' 315-pound dominance. Laulu's got the size to disrupt, but can he match Wilkins' 61 pressures and 9 sacks from 2023? The Raiders are banking on him, alongside day 3 rookies Tonka Hemingway and J.J. Pegay, to fill the void. Both rookies posted 7.8% pressure rates in the SEC, so there's potential there. But let's be real, this D-line took a hit. Who do you trust to step up opposite Crosby? Drop your takes in the comments. The Wilkins saga has layers, nation. Reports from NFL.com and CBS Sports hint at a kissing allegation tied to his release, but details are murky, and it smells like speculation. Coach Carroll emphasized a no clear path to return as the reason, pointing to Wilkins' recovery struggles. Meanwhile, the Raiders' culture shift under Carroll and GM John Spytek is clear. If you're not playing, you're not staying. This bold move screams commitment to excellence, but it's risky. Losing a proven Pro Bowler like Wilkins could haunt us if Laulu or the rookies don't deliver. What's your gut telling you about this decision? Is it a new era of accountability or a costly mistake? Let's hear it. As we wrap this up, the Raiders' 2025 depth chart is a roller coaster of hype and questions. Thornton's rise is electric, but can he sustain it? Beck's potential is undeniable, but will he overtake Tucker? And with Wilkins gone, the D-line is a massive wild card. One thing's for sure, Pete Carroll's got this team hungry, and Allegiant Stadium is going to be rocking when we face the Seahawks. Raider Nation, I need you to bring that energy. Smash that like button, drop your hottest takes in the comments, and subscribe to catch every Raiders update. Share this with your crew, and let's keep the silver and black pride alive. Just win, baby. Yo, Raider Nation, we're back with more heat from the Las Vegas Raiders 2025 training camp. And trust me, the silver and black are cooking up something special. That first unofficial depth chart dropped like a bomb, and we've got rookies making waves, veterans holding it down, and a seismic shakeup on the D-line that's got everyone talking. Who's the rookie stealing reps with the first team? And who's stepping into the massive void left by Christian Wilkins? Grab your gear, because we're diving deep into the heart of Raider Nation with all the passion and fire you love. Let's get it. Let's start with the offense, where the Raiders are stacking playmakers like never before. Geno Smith, our QB1, is slinging it with precision, connecting with guys like Ashton, Jeanty, Jakobi Meyers, and all-pro tight end Brock Bowers in camp. Jeanty, the Heisman runner-up with over 2,600 rushing yards at Boise State, is locked in as RB1, ready to punish defenses. Colton Miller's anchoring the O-line with that fresh $66 million contract, and Max Crosby's still a one-man wrecking crew on D. But the real buzz? It's coming from the wide receiver room, where a certain fourth-rounder is flipping the script. Any guesses who's lighting up camp, Nation? Drop your predictions below. Jeanty Thornton Jr. is the name you need to know. This 6-foot, 5-speed demon, drafted at number 108, is listed as a starter on the unofficial depth chart, joining Myers and Tucker in the Raiders' 11 personnel attack. Thornton's 4.3-second 40-yard dash and 25.4 yards per catch at Tennessee make him a nightmare for DBs. In camp, he's been Geno's go-to guy, hauling in TD passes and red zone drills, and showing off hands that snatch balls over the middle. Coach Carroll's hyping him up, saying Thornton's comfortable getting banged around on slants. But here's the question. Can a guy with just 534 college passing snaps handle the NFL spotlight? What's your vibe on Thornton, Raider Nation? Star in the making or too raw to shine? Meanwhile, Jack Beck, our second-round pick, is playing catch-up. His 1,034 yards and 9 TDs at TCU had us pumped, and that one-handed grab in camp was straight-up filthy. But on the depth chart, he's behind Tucker, likely splitting reps in 3 wide sets. Chip Kelly's offense loves versatile receivers, and Beck's ability to play slot or outside could make him a dark horse. Still, Thornton's raw athleticism has him edging out for now. Picture this, Thornton going deep, Myers moving the chains, and Beck sneaking in for a clutch third-down grab. That's a scary WR trio, right? Who's your pick to lead this group in targets by week 1? Hit the comments and let's talk. Now, let's get to the defense, where the Raiders dropped a bombshell by releasing Christian Wilkins. This dude was supposed to be our $110 million anchor, racking up 9 sacks and 61 pressures in 2023 with the Dolphins. But a Jones fracture in 2024 limited him to 5 games, and a messy dispute over his recovery, plus some cryptic talk of a kissing incident, led to his release on July 23, 2025. The Raiders are fighting to void $35.25 million in guarantees, and Wilkins filed a grievance to push back. This move's got Raider Nation split. Some see it as a bold culture play, others as a risky gamble. What's your take, fam? Did we cut a star too soon, or is this the new Raiders way? Jonah Laulu's the guy tasked with filling Wilkins' massive shoes. Claimed off waivers from the Colts in August 2024, this 6'5", 292-pound 7th-rounder is the unofficial starter next to Adam Butler. That's a wild jump for a guy with barely any NFL snaps. The Raiders are also hyping rookies Tonka Hemingway and J.J. Piguet, both with 7.8% pressure rate from their SEC days. But replacing Wilkins' 9 sacks and 61 pressures? That's a tall order. Can Laulu hold it down, or do we need a vet to step in? And what about Crosby carrying the D-line? Drop your thoughts below, nation. The Wilkins situation is a head-scratcher. Reports of a kissing incident sound like tabloid noise, with no clear evidence to back it up. Carroll's keeping it focused, saying it's about Wilkins' unclear recovery path. This is the new Raiders vibe under Carroll and Spytek. No play, no stay. It's bold, but losing a guy with Wilkins' resume stings. If Laulu or the rookies step up, though, this could be a masterstroke. What's the mood in Raider Nation? Are we all in on this culture shift, or do we just lose a cornerstone? Let's talk it out. Raider Nation, this depth chart is straight fire. Thornton's rising, Beck's lurking, and the D-line's a gamble that could define our season. With Pete Carroll's energy and Geno Smith's arm, the 2025 Raiders are ready to shock the AFC West. Let's bring that silver and black pride to Allegiant Stadium. Smash that like button, drop your boldest predictions in the comments, and subscribe for every Raiders update. Share this with your Raider fam, and let's keep the nation strong. Just win, baby.